Hi guys, we've looked at some code that is on my machine, right? User share, lots of Python code in there. And let's set everything up, because the last thing we did was actually create an about user interface. So we'd like to have something like this popping up on my system if I have a button about or something, right? So you get this little sign, little link, some credits, and that's that. Close. Okay. So we've got that done in previous video. The question is, don't I need a different page for it? So we have this splash py, which is not a big thing. We can make a copy paste of it, but let's first get things, our tools. Let's get our tools and our workspaces and the late dev. So the splash py is this, that's nothing. So we can use this one, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and call this one the about py, and start changing that. So the about user interface is that, and the about py is that. Now I have on my second screen things open. I've used GUFW, which is a firewall, an uncomplicated way to manage your Linux firewall, it says. And in here I also find code. And one of the things I thought would be interesting is some more blah blah. Yes, I know, blah blah. So if we did this, it becomes a lot more professional, right? So ArcoLinux App, and then we give you a link to the app, which is this link. Copyright, we were started not 2008, nope, 2023, and it was Eric Dubois together with Drunken Alcoholic. I have to ask his name if he wants to give it. Privacy matters. And then ArcoLinux App is free software. And then here again, I thought that would be a good thing to add somewhere in our code, and also in your code later. Voilà. That's it. So an extra code up here. What did we do? Not remove anything. Quick check. Just that. So Ctrl V. Save. Functions. Ctrl V, save, and ArcoLinux application. We better keep that one in. Save. Why don't we do it in the other one then? Let's be consistent. I don't think it needs to be there, but anyway, can't hurt either. So there you go. And then some space, please. Save, save, save. So that's something I thought would be interesting to have. And then the rest in the about py, there's an import of GI, import functions. We're not gonna import functions here. And then GI require version CTK3. Oh yes, we are going to use it because this is there, but if it's not there, and we don't want that either. So the PIs are stuff that we don't need, we get rid of. And this is of course another class This is our class. Now we're gonna call about. This is not needed. Save. Save, okay. Class about. And then things get a little bit different. So I'm gonna copy paste the code from GUFW, Control C, Control V, and then think about it. Yes, we use the GTK builder. No, we don't want to translate anything. I'll be just in English. Self builder add from file. This is of course wrong. How did we do it here? Because we did it in the join base thingy. So this was our reasoning. Constant value. Control C. Should we outside the class? Then we do need to import the functions. If we're going to use the fn. So at the top here, import functions as fn. Sure. Save. And here we have OS. Let's do fn OS. So functions, go grab it there. And this, of course, it doesn't know. So I was saying that we have a base directory, GUI user interface. So basically we're using a variable that we define up there. So we say go grab the variable, which is going to be about. All small letters, Eric? Yes, all small letters. And it's UI, that's okay. So base directory UI. Then we read on. So we're gonna build it, gonna get it, and then self win about. Why did I do win about? This might be something that we don't have. Win about, self win about. It's just a name. I think it is. So it's going to get object about, set transition and remain, and then connect, and here it goes wrong. Right here I am out of my comfort zone. What's happening to that particular bit? Now I don't have an object in my system, but I would like to have one in my system. And when I grab it, I'm setting it the set transition for. I have to look it up what it is. Then we're gonna connect it. That's certainly not gonna be true. I've seen this on websites already, Lambda thing. I'm gonna show it. Get object about. So here I'm stuck. Save. I have to create an about button on the GUI. So it's either that one or that one. At this point in time, it's this look. The other look is this. So we're gonna get more stuff in here. So by default, we only have, we'll have 3. So that's good enough for me. This one, we can get the about somewhere in here. So that's the GTK box. It has a quit button, margin on right. Yeah, no problem. I want that. And then an extra button. So display, a button, a button, a button, an extra button. Can we add an extra button to this thing? If I tell them that there are 2 items, I might be able to. Do I want it at the back? Do I want it hey, it seems to be bigger. So yeah, it does not like it that it's this. Are you happy now? Top margin, stop end. Let's do 10 anywhere, everywhere. Okay, 10 around. Why is this button different? Aha. Things are getting better. Done. Button. About. That's all we need. Let's call it about. Probably gonna need it. And if you click on it, let's see, on, voila. So it was just an O, and then arrow down and say enter. That's good enough. On about clicked. Well, yeah, what will I do on about clicked? I don't know. Save. But this is designed. So on about clicked what? I don't know. So at the bottom somewhere, on quit clicked and about clicked. So that thing, one up, on about clicked, and then we say something like delete, and let's start with commentaries already. So about dialog, save, dialog, save. So if I run this thing, sudo python and then this one, I've got this about, and the only thing it does now is show me text that it works. So next step is figuring out what I should do to open up a new class. So if you are halfway your code and you want to go to bed and you see this red thing, then you say pass, done. So it means just go through it and don't do anything. So now the dev thing is not red, because I need to figure out what to do next. How do I open up a different file, basically, to load up a class? How to open up about py page. Now that's something we should maybe import at the top as well, telling him that there is an about page. Probably gonna need that. Import GI splash. So splash is one of the pages. This one as well. Import about is a page. Is that one. It's gray, meaning I'm not using it now. I am using splash. Find. Now splash isn't that much different, is it? Because when we do this, when we run this, it actually opens up something with an image. So isn't this more or less the same thing? Let's see. So we have splashscreen class. You go to the module, go to splashscreen and put it in here while pending GTK main iteration splash screen destroy. The code that I see on GUFW. Says something like this. Super F, oh, super F, and then this one, super F, that one. So here it says on menu, about activate. Here, about self. And then they're using that class. So where are you? Here. On menu, about activate. About win equals about self. That's easy code. I don't know if that's gonna work. So let's see if it can work. So we have to throw added code, and we have an about small. No, it's a big about. That's the class. So what are we addressing? We are addressing the module now. Oh, why not the class? Self, about win. I don't know what this does. So we're grasping, trying to grasp what's going on, how to do things. So the main object has no attribute about. That's true, it's in the other file. Could you say that it's in about? Is it an about? That's better, but it takes one position argument, but two were given. One and two were given. What am I doing? On about like this. Let's look at the recipient. Nothing. Class about. Yeah, so this one, I don't know what to do with that. For main win main, for main. Main from the side module. No idea what that is. So now I've closed my code of GUI. So let's open that again on the other screen. Sublime. What is this about win thing? Control find. Find previous. It's nowhere mentioned. Okay. And one of the files, it has to be in there. If we click, you go to about, which is this. Go to the class, which is that. Go to the GDK builder, add the configuration. We've called it about, that's true. We've put it in win about. Let's do this, since we don't know what it is. About connect, about show. Or we can have a look again at the splash code. Splash pi. And then it says GTK window. We don't do that there. But this is, of course, not Glade. But this is different. GTK window, GTK window. And how do we... No, we could. I want to use the class. I want to tell him class about GTK window. And how did we launch it here? Splash, like this. We should be able to launch it with this. That's what it here. Just the self bit is not okay. So splash is splash. By that I mean it's the file. And this is capital S. So in the splash itself is a splash screen, so that's the class. And we have a GTK window, that's the difference. So what if I said that this was also a GTK window? Save. And see if we get something. Splash screen, splash screen. So that's probably don't say it, don't jinx it. Type error. Main on about click takes one positional argument, but two were given. Main on about clicked takes one positional argument, but two were given. Main on about clicked takes one argument, two were given. What? Import splash, import about. We got a def splash self. We did not call that one self at the bottom, I think. We did. So on about clicked, go to the file, go to about, and he says takes one positional argument. The two were given. Where do I give two? Takes one positional argument. Two were given. Don't have to be here. We have to be here. Okay, I'm stuck. How do I get unstuck? Oh yeah, let's summon ChatGPT. Let me move over. There we are. Python app assistance. Let's keep talking. So we've been talking quite a bit, giving the code, asking corrections, giving me information. So there we go again. Well, don't hesitate. Bye. Don't hesitate. I'm back. Well, I would like to create an about dialog for the application I am making. Check the past code that I have sent to you and create me code to show an about dialog. So okay, I would like to create a separate Python file and have have a class in there with the name about, and I have an about.ui glade file to import. Okay, builder, we've done that. Content. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's already set, my friend. This is what we like, I think. No, that's if it's closed, then stop everything. To use this class, you can create an instance of it in your main application, call it a run method. Okay. That's what I want, right? I want to be able to run it. So, but it's done with Glade, it is. Yes, now the class is in my main Python file. Is it not? Does that change things? This looks like, to use this class, you can create an instance of it in your main application, call it with run. That means if you click on about, you do this. So the difference being, I need to have this. And a parent self window. I'm not sure if I need that. Let's see first without. Still the same, 2 arguments. Then it doesn't get it. So where are these arguments? About pi. Just want to launch this guy. Just want to get that guy. Launch that guy. Shouldn't be that hard, right? To launch a window. On about clicked. Launch me class. About win run, of course. Save. But the arguments. Type error. I'm clicking on the button about. And it throws me main on about clicked. Takes 1 positional argument. 2 were given. Takes 1 positional argument. Let's ask her. Sometimes it's a her, sometimes it's a he, and sometimes it's a she. Elaborate. Don't say I need to add widget. One of the most basic mistakes. Most basic mistakes. But then we have this. Okay, we've passed that hurdle. About win. Quit. So it goes on. Then we're thinking of doing this. So, how is our window called? Is it the H window? Is it that what it wants? I thought we had an H window. Window. One moment. So I was changing some stuff while on the phone. I hope we're back at where I was. What I changed in the meantime, and I believe I tried to do this. Say, what if I do this? Then I had an idea and went in here and called this one about, because there's maybe the need to have an ID. And I say about, and what did I change then? In the about pie, this triggered my idea. Hey, is there an ID, right, in the user interface? Is there one? And I noticed there wasn't one. That's not gonna work, eh? So what is the current code doing? This pop-up. Oh yeah, it's draggable, clickable, or not. Oh yeah, running Firefox as root in regular users. Oh my god, right? Misery. Same thing here. So how do they circumvent this? I don't know. Close. But the button works, but there is a message. About object has no attribute run. So close, quit, and then we've got the run thing, which is here. And our little friend here says dialog run, dialog destroy. So the run thing is something we got rid of. And does it still work then? We should also test this. It's the moment of learning, right? So test, 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 test. What happens if you do this? Main object has no attribute window. It's from the messages that we learn. So I thought a window up there could help things. It's actually code from GUFW, right? So why would it work? But you have to change things and then it might. So we got something that works. And the run thing is not needed. Whoa, I just realized we're at the end. And the video is 38 minutes. I figured it out in 38 minutes. That's a nice sentence, eh? This program comes with absolutely no warranty at all. Enfin. But let's ask the question to ChatGPT. Let's try to be detailed. I launch the app as root. The about dialog works now. A link on that dialog box will open Firefox. Unfortunately, the browser cannot be launched as root. How do I fix this? Oh. No, we're not gonna do that. No. No. Yes, but we don't know if the user has Firefox. But true. We do that in the ArcoLinux tweak tool. Show me the alternative. So she has an alternative. And typos, she gets typos. Links, okay. That's what I want to do. No, don't want to use links. I want to use whatever I want to use. Whatever browser the user has. Why stop generating? Busy. You can use the web browser module in Python to open the default web browser on the user systems. Here's an updated on website click method. It uses web browser to open things. Oh, that's an idea. But it's in Glade. But my code, my user interface is in Glade. No worries, that's cool. No worries, you can still open the default browser using your. You can trigger this function from your Glade file. Okay, then in your website link activate function, you call the web browser open. Signals, click plus, signal editor, activate signals. That's the name. From activate category, in the handler, on website link activate. Can give it a go. So import web browser. That's the first thing, and the only place I need to have that is in the about py. So let's import that thing. Import web browser, them. Then in your on website link activate function, then in your activate function, web browser open. Hey, better. The only thing I'd like to have is something like ArcoLinuxISO.com. It's a little bit longer. Maybe it's still open on the other screen. Yes, it is. Control C. V, save. So args, arguments. On website link activate. So this is a word I need to grab, because in the GUI we have this as link, super F, GTK button, again, about. So that's the website URL, that's the link. How do we get there? GTK dialog. That one. On website link activate. On website link activate. Then I should stop using this one probably. Save. Ctrl S again, so we're sure. And we see. I don't know what I can change more. This one shall go, that one goes on. We click it and there is no URL there. Okay. And that's our error. Run Firefox as root. So read it again. Now you can connect the on website link activate to activate signal. Did we do that? Was it called activate? What's this? User data. On website link activate. But this is gone. So it doesn't get its link anymore because of the fact that this has no URL. Maybe we should keep it. Not that one, but that one. Save. And then test it again. So it's still going, it's doing its own thing, staying in the, it's not getting here. Open your Glade file, Command tab, properties, pane, find the signal section, check plus, signal editor, plus button. For now I click the plus button. Signals. There is no plus button. Okay. Activate signal from the activate category in the handler field. Enter the name, the function you want to connect to this signal. It doesn't. No, that's not what I want. Let's see what all that sound is for. I think the best thing is to round off the video here and say, look, we've got already a bit of it, right? We have already this. And then Google and think and find out how we can make this particular thing go to the internet the easiest way, because it's not only that one, it's gonna be this one or anything I put in there. All right, so stopping here.